Hi, this is Tutor Nick P, and this is lesson 506. The lesson today is the difference between plant, factory, and mill. Okay, somebody wants a screenshot, do it right now. Let's get right to it. All right, a plant is a type of factory that is usually larger. Most plants have a number of buildings. Although a factory could have more than one building, many only have one. Plants almost always have multiple buildings. So there's one slight difference. All right, plants are usually used for producing power, things like electricity or nuclear energy, processing chemicals, refining substances, etc. Plants are also used for producing heavy machinery like bulldozers or tractors or vehicles, etc. Factories usually don't do these type of things. All right, let's continue. Factories more often used for items that are assembled and made into finished products. The items are often mass-produced, on large level, like many thousands at a time, on assembly lines to be sold retail in stores. There could be some exceptions. So anything that I'm telling you here, there could be some exceptions to, but if you kind of follow these rules, most of the time you'll probably be able to guess what it's like and what the differences are. All right, let's continue. Some factories or plants where things are crushed, ground up, flattened, etc., sometimes are referred to as mills. Here are some examples, like a flour mill. So they're crushing it, turning it into flour with a grain or whatever. Paper mill, yes, they got to mulch, the wood, they got to turn it into paper. Steel, now steel is an exception because you could hear both. You could hear steel mill or steel plant. Maybe the plant because, well, I guess a mill maybe because it's flattened. I think steel is more like process, which I would think that would be more like a plant, but I think because it's flattened, maybe you could use either one here. Rice mill, cotton mill, etc. Okay, let's continue. The reason for using the word mill is that before electricity, windmills were used for crushing or grounding up many substances. So that's why you hear mill connected to some of these factories, because for electricity, that was one of the ways of crushing it, instead of just using people. Okay, and we have 6 examples to kind of cover these. All right, here's the first one. He worked in a toy factory for many years. All right, that was actually number 2. Here's number 1. She works on an assembly line in a factory. Okay. Number 3. Sometimes people will protest against nuclear power plants. Yeah, so especially ones that make electricity or nuclear power, these are definitely plants. You never hear electric factory. It's always electric plant. Okay, he works in a water purifying plant. All right, again, like the processing. Number 5 here. There is a pepper mill in his neighborhood. So making pepper, anything that's made into like powders and stuff, more likely going to be like a mill. Number 6 here. That paper mill closed down years ago. Okay, so anyway, I hope you got a better feel now of when you're more likely to use one than the other. Hope it was informative. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye.